Thanks and welcome back. That was Tom Laney's recorded earlier today talking about a range of subjects. Al, can you hear me now out in California?
I can hear you loud and clear, Dave.
Were you able to hear Tom, and did you have any thoughts on it?
Well, yes. And what we need to tell our audience particularly is there's so much demand for who we are and services. And Tom recognizes that he needs to do better in outreach, and we really appreciate his participation to, as you point out, share his perspective. So yeah, it's great. Also great to hear that he's going to join us in the summit here in Oceanside, California, February 28th, realizing that he may not join us, but certainly send his people out here to be part of it. So job well done, Tom.
Okay, well, I appreciate the comment. Now we're going to move on to Wayne Gross, State of California Department of General Services. He's on the phone this time rather than Skype video from Sacramento, California. Are you there, Wayne?
Yes, I am, and I am on the Skype.
Okay, stand by.
Yeah.
Matt, do we want to try to do that or go with the phone? Because stand by, everybody.
Am I on?
We're trying to find if he's in the video chat. Are you still on the phone too? Nope.
I can see him, his little white head and white shoulders. Is that you, Wayne?
Very funny, Al.
That's what you pay me to do.
Yeah, real. I guess not. We'll just have to go by phone.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Wayne, are you still on the line on the phone? I don't think you're on the phone.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll use your audio on Skype. Wayne, give us a perspective of what you do with the state of California.
Okay. I am what they call an outreach liaison. I help small businesses and disabled veteran business enterprises get certified so that they can reap the benefits of our program for state contracts. We have a 25% small business goal and a 3% DVBE goal, and we strive to reach both of them.
So what's the process like to be certified for California state procurements?
It's a very simple process. 8 years ago when I started, it took between 6 months and a year to get certified. We're down to 30 minutes to get certified as a small business. And I have to give you the book answer of it can take up to 30 days to be certified as a DVBE. But what's happened is we usually get that done within 2 weeks. And if on either one, if there's a problem, we have hands-on certification officers who can do what we call an expedite, and they can get that done within 24 hours.
What kind of input would you like to provide to the veteran-owned and disabled veteran-owned businesses that after they get certified, what's the procurement process like with the state of California?
Well, we mirror the federal program. Ours is, I would hope, a little less technical, for lack of another word. And basically, there's two ways. One is when you set up your profile, you have keywords and classification codes. And if I'm a state buyer with a specific need, I can match your codes on a solicitation. That would be a formal solicitation. The other way, which is probably 90% of our contracts are under 250,000, and with that, the person has to do is contact the agency and basically tell them, what your goods and services are, and hopefully they'll give you a call.
Excellent. Al, do you have any questions for Wayne?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Wayne, first of all, again, thank you for getting online, and I realize that no one's going to get to see how handsome you are, but February 27, 28, they'll probably have that opportunity. We have about 13 state agencies that have already registered for the summit. Share with the audience who they are potentially and why it's important to see these guys at the summit.
Well, like in any business venture, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And we've got agencies such as CAL FIRE, CHP, just, those are two that I'm definitely know that are going to be there. And, it's making these contacts so that, if I need, hay, for example, for my horses at CHP, you're going to call Tracy Bowen, and you're going to, you've got this this relationship already started. And so if we have this thing called the small business DVBE option, which says for small businesses and DVBEs under 250,000, all the state has to do is find 2 small businesses or 2 DVBEs. It's that simple.
Well, this is key, Wayne, to share with the audience, because as we both know, in the state of California, we have 2 million veterans. Nearly half of that are self-employed. And you do a great job at getting veterans to engage, because naturally they got to be first registered with the state as a DVBE. Tell us a little about those numbers. How many DVBs do you have currently, and what are some of the reasons why they either drop off or have not registered with the state?
Okay. Well, currently we have about 20,000 small businesses and DVBEs, of which 1,704 are disabled veterans. That's right, only 1,704. And I think the main reason that the numbers have dropped off is because we had a system with a third party called BidSync, and unfortunately everyone got pretty sick of them always wanting money for their services. As a state agency, we're public, we cannot charge. And so when people were required to recertify, they just didn't do it. They just didn't want the hassle. Now that we have our own system called Cali Procure, we're working out all the bugs, and I think that if more people would just come to our database, you'd find out how simple it is to get certified, and then once you are certified, you can get in line for these procurements.
Wayne, quick question from here in Washington. These companies that you mentioned that are certified, they're not all in California, so everybody listening is potentially can be certified in California to do state procurement. Is that right?
Well, the DVBE, you have to be at least 51% owned by the DVBE, and the DVBE has to be in California.
Okay. Are other out-of-state companies allowed to bid too?
Oh, anyone can bid on a contract. It's just that all formal contracts have what we call a mandatory DVB participation. I tell all DVBEs that if they look at a solicitation and the solicitation says that the DVBE has been waived, then they protest it immediately and say, hey, I want to know what was your due diligence in having this waiver, because a lot of the times they just do that because, hey, we're all lazy at times, and they have, everyone in this business has to be doing their due diligence. So I tell them to make sure that that the person who wrote the solicitation has done their homework.
Al, other question for him?
Yeah, Wayne, I hope you got a chance to listen to Tom Leaney with the VA, and he mentioned with emphasis market research. Market research is a double P. They look for you and you look for them, but when they look for you, they're going to go to the VA profile for the VA, they're going to go to eProcure for the state. Last month, you joined me here in Oceanside about Procurement Ready, and we demonstrated to all our attendees the importance of making sure your profile is market ready. Explain what market ready on your profile may imply to all our veterans that are with the state, but their profile has nothing in it.
Right. Well, when you talk about your California profile, you have 2 sections. One that the public can view, and that's where you put either your company name or your supplier ID, your certification number in, and it pulls up your profile that has your email, your phone number, it has your keywords and classification codes. Now, if I'm a state buyer and I am going to, let's say you're a painter, and so it is not on your California profile side, it is on your notification section where I put in a specific code, 8-digit UNSPSC code, United Nations Specialty Product Specialty Codes. And if that is a match, that is where you'll get an email from our system saying that, for example, the Department of General Services has this solicitation. 99% of our database people don't know that. And so, they're not getting the number of solicitations that are out there. So at the workshop, I am going to be presenting a 1-hour presentation on, it's basically titled, I've been certified for 2 years and haven't received one notification. Why? And I lead them through and show them exactly why they're not getting their solicitations. At the last workshop that I did for you, Al, we had a DVBE who was, we used him as a guinea pig, and he came back 2 months later and said that he's now receiving at least one solicitation a week just because we updated both profiles for him.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate the time you've taken, Wayne, to, despite the technical difficulties, at least we got to hear your presentation. Any closing thoughts, and where do people go to find out more about California procurement as you described it today?
You go to our website, which is www.caleprocure.ca.gov. Okay,
and we'll put that up on the archive on the screen. We appreciate your time, Wayne, and if you're going to stay tuned in, we'd love to have you. I understand if you have to drop off, but we're ready to move on here. And again, thank you for all the information.